WeebaLu here. You know, I realized around June that it's been 4 years since I started this channel. I decided that I should do a review of one of the anime I consider part of my channel. What to do? Well, since I never shut up about Black Butler, let's talk about... Definitely not ready for that one yet. Oh, we're definitely not ready for that. Got it. Now, Dramatical Murder is my favorite visual novel. I love the music, voice acting, characters, and the designs are absolutely awful, but I adore how trashy it is. Look at this trash outfit. Look at my trash son! This anime? Oh boy. I got some words to say. I also can't show too much footage of the anime due to copyright around people showing too much footage of the anime, and it's hard to find a good quality video of the anime that isn't reaching YouTube in 2008 levels of quality, so I hope you can forgive me getting a little creative with the visuals here. With this, let's roll onto this review and find out why Dramatical Murder's anime is one of my biggest guilty pleasures since Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's roll the intro! Now, explaining the plot of Dramatical Murder is hard as fuck, but I'll try my best. Damn, this is gonna be like explaining Kingdom Hearts plot to my friends. Dramatical Murder starts with Aoba Setagaki, a simple guy who works for some kind of thrift shop where kids come in and fuck shit up. Really the life any 23-year-old goes through right now, so I mean he's probably like really relatable. His only family is his grandmother whom he lives with and his old mate Ren, a little black dog with... Aoba. Jeebus, his voice is so deep. Wait a minute. Is that... Gosh damn it! Anyway, delivering some computer parts online, Aoba is tricked into entering the online game of Rhyme. Rhyme is basically people beating the shit out of each other and is a safer version of Rib, which is people beating the shit out of each other in real life. There's a current feud with Rib and Rhyme, but Aoba doesn't give a fuck about it, which is a mood. However, during his encounter in Rhyme, Aoba finds out that he has a Rhyme account and went by WeebaLu, to which he doesn't remember. We're told a little earlier that Aoba was an ashy little shit who ran away from home a lot and did a lot of fucked up shit, but doesn't remember any of it due to some mysterious accident, and doesn't really care that he doesn't remember. It's with this past that Aoba figures he must have done the Rhyme account when he was a teenager. Suddenly, people who play Rib start disappearing and coming back fucked up. Aoba's friend Mizuki falls to the same fate. He's about as underdeveloped in both versions, actually. As Mizuki is acting weird, Aoba meets a 4 ragtag group of freaks. We have Noise, a hacker who dragged Aoba into the Rhyme game because Aoba was the only person to beat him back in the day. Kojiku, Aoba's childhood friend who's clearly got a thing for him. Clear, a weirdo in a gas mask who calls Aoba his master due to Aoba's strange, alluring voice calling him. Mink, literally the Bada trope. And then there's Virus and Trip, who are not twins but look alike because, well, they never explain it in the anime, but in Reconnect, which is the epilogue sequel, they do, which I'm not gonna explain here because it's long and weird. Mizuki shows up after being kidnapped and holds Aoba's grandmother hostage, so Aoba and the ragtag group of potential love interests come in to save Granny. Even though, let's be honest, Tae could totally be that machine gun grandma from that one anime meme, or Anna from Overwatch. Some stuff happens, and Aoba discovers his voice has the power to manipulate people and enter their brains, with the option of either making them completely brain dead or working as an inner therapist if he knows them well. Since Aoba doesn't know what the fuck is up with Mizuki, he almost kills him, but luckily he recovers. I guess. After his grandmother explains that he was a science experiment to mind control people that went fucking weird, the police shows up and Aoba had to run the fuck away and go to Platinum Jail. It's basically a huge fucking city for all the rich people and sort of push the normal people to one side of the island, causing poverty and all that. Also, there's like laws about leaving and making it so no one can go in and out. To that I say,
open the country. Stop having it be closed.
Platinum Jail is owned by a guy named Toy, and you know, he's got some shitty fucking naming schemes if his paradise for rich people is literally a fucking jail, you know? Anyway, Aoba and his group of love interests all go. Here's where it differs. In the visual novel, Aoba only hangs out with one of the ones you chose for him to be with based on the choices. Chose answers Clear likes, you get to take Clear with you. Chose answers Kojiku likes, you get to take him with you. In this case, Aoba goes alone, which follows the true route, but subsequently hangs out with everyone. Basically, every route happens, which is fine if you love all the good boys in this game. Not you two. Get out of here and ruin Cake, the Lion King, and wine for someone else. Complicated character development happens for all our potential love interests, and Alba decides to go to the tower and figure out what the fuck is going on, and he makes it to the tower, only to discover this mysterious character who keeps showing up in some game Alba keeps getting is his twin brother. Gosh damn it, I just realized that this is the second anime I'm into where the protagonist has blue hair and is the younger twin brother, while the older twin brother has to go through some serious shit for the sake of the younger twin. It turns out that Alba and Sei are twins, and apparently Alba died or something the day he was born, and Taya was going to bury him when he sprang back to life, so she rushed this pale white baby to an orphanage where he was going to be subsequently adopted and brought back to her, because Alba's parents are shitty people, and I'm not gonna explain more of that because it's complicated, but just trust me, his parents are garbage. Not only this, but it turns out Ren is Alba's split personality that gained consciousness and fell in love with Alba, so he jumped out of Alba's body somehow and into a dog's body, because I guess he didn't think he'd get that far. Ren feels like Alba doesn't actually love him and starts going crazy, but Alba unleashes the ultimate gay true end and makes it all good. Yeah! Ren's route was my favorite, okay, so shoosh. Sei asks Alba to kill him, cause Sei's been brutally tortured for the past 23 years and doesn't have a will to live anymore, so Alba just kinda does that instead of giving him therapy. I mean, the visual novel explains it a little better, where Sei was basically a walking husk and could only have the function to think, but this is a shitty adaptation of a good visual novel, so we're not gonna get that. Alba and his other split personality that is totally not in love with him met, and so he disappears and leaves with Sei to die, I guess. Wow, that is the easiest cure for dissociative identity disorder I've ever seen. Someone better call Shyamalan, because I just figured out how to make Split even better than it already was. Sei hacks into the building or something and plans to blow up Platinum Jail, so yay. Mink gives Alba a pretty sick motorcycle and they ride off where the tower explodes. Alba's kinda sad because his boyfriend/dog is poofed away from his body. Things go back to normal, though I guess a lot less PTSD, that's for sure. And Alba gets a phone call telling him Sei's alive for some reason, and one last mysterious message. When Alba shows up in the hospital, Alba discovers it's not Sei, it's Ren! It turns out Sei didn't want his corpse to go to waste, so he just kinda shoved Ren into it, you know? So now Alba and Ren can be happy and live together. The end. Okay, I'm leaving out a lot of stuff, I know, but there's a lot of plot in Dramatical Murder, okay? Not to mention they added some shit and answered literally 2 questions I had with the visual novel. I mean, I also haven't earned my degree in explaining the plot of something complicated yet, okay? I mean, the anime follows the visual novel for the most part, though it's more like the diet caffeine-free version of the visual novel, and well, if you've seen School Days, you can imagine how, well, a rushed summary of a visual novel goes. Though unlike School Days, they do all the endings. It goes about as well as you can imagine. Oh boy, guys, this is where my love of shit-talking comes around. What the fuck was the budget for this animation? Wait, I know, let's see if we can get in some research on what the budget was. Oh yeah, that explains it. Yeah, so the animation and budget is hot fucking garbage here. Instead of the beautiful coloring and soft expressions of the characters, we get someone's bad imitation of Hanya Lala's beautiful art. Yes, by the way, Hanya Lala is the same person who did the art for Lots of Laughs by Ken featuring Miku Hatsune. Small world, right? I literally didn't even know that until like last year, so fun facts for all. I mean, sometimes the animation looks nice and, well, hello, now I know where all the budget went. It went to making Ren look smoking. If I had sunglasses on right now instead of regular glasses, they would be totally off, that's for sure.
Get on with the review or your unending thirst will be your downfall!
Right, sorry, my thirst for how good Ren looks just kind of takes over sometimes. Anyway, back to animation. Sometimes it can look nice, like the rhyme battle is certainly interesting, and I like that it's this big void to fight in and stuff, I guess. However, anything that requires a lot of detail and proper shading looks like fucking garbage. Oh gosh, Clear, my baby boy. Your mask looks so sickly. Even Mink looks pretty bad since his design relies on his strong shading to keep him intimidating and older. Gosh damn, Mink. He looks like some young guy's trying to look older and it's failing miserably. Oh, Alba honey. I know your jacket's trying to eat you, but this is bad. Someone save this guy, please. I know that I'm being a bit wonky here to show how bad the animation is, but I have trouble finding HD footage of Dramatical Murder because the anime was so poorly made, and well, no one exactly wants to save footage of a shitty visual novel adaptation. Hey, at least they did a good job of showing how dead inside Sei is. Me too, buddy. Me too. This is it, guys. The entire reason I made this video. The English dub. Why am I not talking about the Japanese cast? Maybe I'm used to it after all this time. But the Japanese cast is just really good to me. Alba's voice actor knows exactly how to capture someone like Alba, and Red is a perfect sense of deepness. This dub, guys. This dub. Let's see who plays Alba, Surely someone big in the industry with a talented voice and able to capture that Alba's a complicated character with sweetness, sass, anger, right? So, his first role was the main character? Surely this must be good, right? He must be amazing for Alba then if this is his first role as a main character. Yeah, that must be it. If Sentai Filmworks hires talented people like Jubiphonic, then this person must be talented too, right? Yeah, I have hope, guys. Let's do this.
Not really. If you were going to put me on that television show right now, I would have to say that I actually have a lot of fun living where I am.
I have never heard a voice actor so terrible in my life. He sounds like he's reading off the page, like there's no emotion. When there is, he comes off like he was hearing someone else repeat the same line and he's trying to mimic what someone else way more talented said. Not to mention his voice is way too deep for someone like Alba. He also sounds extremely awful as Sly Blue, and they barely use a sound effect to demonstrate the difference between Alba and Sly. Ren's voice actor is...
Don't you think Platinum Jail is a good idea, Alba?
Why the fuck does he sound so whispery, like he's gasping for air? I mean... I'm not gonna say who I would cast as these characters, as that's a video for another day, but let's just say if it were me, I would have picked someone else very different for Ren that would have handled having a deep voice a lot better. A very different voice actor. Kojiku is voiced by basically Tomoya and Todoroki, and
nobody ever achieved anything by screwing around with some dumbass VR game.
It doesn't work. Kojiku is fun and pretends to be happy. It doesn't work for this guy, where his best work is playing kudere characters or just sad people in general. But Tomoya and Todoroki, he's truly talented, but here, he sounds so bad, and it's a real shame because I like his work a lot. Clear is voiced by that one guy from Ghost Stories who plays the Jewish kid, and...
I'm certain you were thinking about what happiness really is, weren't you? Unless I'm mistaken.
I'm not feeling it.
That's not my baby!
It doesn't work for Clear. He sounds way too much like a teenager instead of an innocent young man, and I just... no. Also, why did they use a radio sound effect for Clear behind the gas mask when his Japanese voice actor said that all he did for the sound effect was record himself with a paper cup over his mouth? I really doubt voice acting standards don't allow a paper cup for better sound design. Noises...
They're gonna be starting another one here pretty soon. You'd better think about fighting again.
Fine, I mean Noise isn't exactly expressive, so I can't really say anything. Mink is next, and...
Fine, good. I'm gonna get my hands on that thing no matter what.
Oron? Is that you? I swear to you guys, he sounds exactly like Oron from Final Fantasy X. Okay, let's stop going down the list now that we've got our main cast out of the way, and let's talk about this fucking script, okay?
You think I'm gonna take that from a guy who looks like a giant toilet brush?
At least I know how to use the toilet.
Is that right? That doesn't explain why you've got a diaper on your head, does it?
You've got to be wondering what me and the Tripster are doing here.
Ugh. Ew.
Well now, fancy meeting you here, Alba. What brings you out anyway?
Hey, Alba. Good to see you again.
Virus and Trip sound like actual fucking losers. Like, they sound really bad, and their dialogue is the literal and metaphorical worst.
Tripster.
Say sounds... You know what? Say sounds okay. He can stay. Okay, so overall, this dub is a piece of shit. We're talking...
Wee little troll doll that a dog has been chewing on for months, that then got buried in the ground, only to get dug back up by that same dog just so that he could take a whopping hot shit on it. After which, he then proceeded to start chewing on said doll again, thereby mixing the shit into all the crevices and chew marks.
I love them. They are my babies. Alba. I actually roleplay him on Tumblr, so I've grown a strong attachment to him. He's complex, sweet, and sassy, and I love him so much. He may be a fashion disaster, but you know what? He's my fashion disaster. Noise. Okay, I have a weird love of Noise since, you know, he kinda looks like Bill Kaulitz from Tokyo Hotel. I mean, he's German, has a brother, has a fuck ton of piercings, you know? And he's just such a good boy, and I mean, he's my first Nendoroid for a reason. Clear. I did a cover of Kokoro with Kaito, and I used Clear as the character for the music video, so you should already know that I absolutely love my Robo-son. He may have also started my strange obsession for robots who are naive and adorable. Mink. You may all think he's an asshole, but I like Mink. His route had the deepest character development, and even in the epilogue sequel, he still had further character development. Kochiku. He's my husbando. End of story. Trip and Virus. Let's just say, I can't enjoy vanilla cake anymore thanks to these two. Seriously, I don't know how the fandom can enjoy these guys when they are the metaphorical and literal worst. Say, fun fact, I guess you could say Genderbent Say was my first cosplay. Even though this is a hot, steaming pile of garbage, I still enjoy watching the Japanese version of it. If you watch dubs only, avoid that hot garbage of an English dub like the plague, please. But like, if you watch subs sometimes, then, you know, the sub is enjoyable. The animation is bad, characters are dieted because the plot is cut, terrible pacing, rushed plot, etc. Yet all this, it makes it so bad, it's good. We all have that one guilty pleasure. That one anime we all know is absolute hot garbage, but we love it anyway. For me, that anime is Dramatical Murder. Though, if you want to know the real full story of Dramatical Murder, just pick up the visual novel when it's released. Just do that for yourself. There's also an OVA of the bad endings that's really awful in handling how the bad endings go, but man, is it fucking hilarious to watch it dubbed. I hope you enjoyed, guys, and as always, if you guys want more of something like this, then just let me know down below and I'll see if I can do it, guys. See you next time!